Live from XIII Studios in Eddyville, Kentucky. It's time for the XIII Show. Tonight, we talk about movie news 13. Your hosts, Darfeezy and
Rainy Cage.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the XIII Show. I am Darfeezy.
And I'm Rainy Cage.
And tonight it's our movie news episode, a couple days late due to...
You're being busy? For me.
Yeah,
You've been busy too.
Sure.
Kind of.
Alright, so let's get right into it. So, the final stars of Rise of Skywalker trailer came out. What did you think about it?
I thought it's pretty cool. I still like that I really have no idea what the hell's going on.
Well, it's a typical J.J. Abrams movie,
right?
so...
So it's kind of fun to think about things, but really I'm just ready to see it and ready to end the trilogy, and I hope it's good. And I will say I definitely feel like they're misleading you with the whole Palpatine and the whole Rey being evil thing. Like,
yeah, that's not going to happen.
Rey's not evil, and
if she was going to go evil, they wouldn't have showed it in the trailer.
Yeah, and I don't think Palpatine physically is going to be in the movie now.
I mean, a great line for Palpatine, it says... Oh, it will be your do it. I mean, that's great Palpatine line, but if Palpatine's alive, I'm gonna have a problem with this movie if it doesn't do it justice.
I mean,
because that ruins a bit of the original trilogy.
So, who do you think's sitting in the throne in one of those last shots in the trailer, where they you see the back of the throne?
Maybe? It could just be a hallucination.
Could be. I think Rey has been cloned for some reason, and we're going to figure out why. And I think it's evil Rey.
I hope they don't do that.
That's what I think.
I think that'd be stupid.
Sitting in there. But I don't know. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows what's going on in this trailer? But it looks cool. I like the music. Like the updated original Star Wars theme was in there, which was kind of cool.
Of course, we have to remember the music that's used in the trailers. It's not the music they use in the movies.
Last Jedi had a really cool song in the trailer, and the song's not even in there. But yeah, I'm pumped for Star Wars. I got my tickets. I know you got your ticket.
Yeah,
we're going to be in the same theater, just far apart.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm ready to see what happens. I'm more ready for Mandalorian right now, but
we'll get to it. All right, so speaking of Rise of Skywalker, the runtime is 2 hours and 35 minutes.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah?
I like me a long Star Wars movie.
Do you?
I do.
Because if we look back at the history of Star Wars, the worst Star Wars movies are the Star Wars movies that have a long runtime.
What is it, Last Jedi and...
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. Well, this is the end, and we got to get a lot of stuff concluded here.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I could have gone for a 3-hour runtime.
Yeah, I agree.
If MCU could... If Endgame can do it for the end of the first phase of all the Marvel movies... I don't know why Endgame couldn't have been 3 hours long as well.
Yeah. I think it'll be cool. It all depends on if it's good or not. Then we'll be like, man, we wish we had more. If it was really good, if it sucked, then we'll be like, yep, too long. Should have cut out the weird environmental message about the space horses.
Oh, space horses.
Who the hell knows?
All right. Let's move on to Bob Iger. He comments on the whole Marty Scorsese MCU thing.
Oh, yeah. What's he say?
There's been so many things coming out about this since the last time we talked. How Francis Ford Coppola goes, they suck! They're despicable!
But didn't, what's his name, Martin Scorsese write a letter and he kind of said...
It's a different kind of art form.
He was just using Marvel as the example, is basically kind of what I understood. And he just is upset that theaters are... putting all the Marvel movies in the theaters and not any of the independent films and stuff. But
yeah,
it made that letter, because they were talking about it on the Collider Live or SCN Live, one of those, made it not as bad as what it was originally sounded. What did Bob Iger say? I can't remember.
He basically said that he understands where he's coming from, but basically you're telling me people like Ryan Coogler isn't a filmmaker and that he's not making movies. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, there's some little more to it. So, but he basically said he's wrong. So
yeah, I agree. Roland Emmerich was on Collider Live this week, and he said the same thing. He was like, Marvel movies are cinema. That's the wrong statement, but he also did say he agreed with Scorsese about how independent films aren't getting any love anymore. But, I mean, movie theaters, they have to run a business. They have to make money.
Yeah,
so.
and the thing is, when we compile our top 10s at the end of the year, there are probably more independent films than there are big studio blockbuster films, really, if you really get down to it.
We have
those are the films I actually love, and I enjoy the dumb blockbuster films like Avengers and some of the Fast and Furious films. But really, I mean, I love the smart indie film.
I like them all, and so I wouldn't trash one genre over another.
Okay. So they're making a Hocus Pocus 2 on Disney Plus. What do you think about this?
I do love the first Hocus Pocus.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
Oh, you should watch it. It's pretty good.
Well, it's kind of past the season.
And that's cool. Disney Plus. That's a good idea because I don't think as many people have like really fond memories of that movie. It's kind of cheesy. It was kind of like a direct to DVD kind of Disney film, or a Disney Channel film. So I could see it doing well on Disney Plus. Not so well in theaters, but I wonder if they can get back the original cast and stuff.
Probably.
But I like it. Yeah, you should check it out. Maybe next Halloween season.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Benny and Weiss. They're gone.
I thought we talked about this already.
No, air.
Oh, okay. Well,
they've been fired, quit, left, off the premises.
Rumors is when they announced their Netflix project in June, that's when Kathleen Kennedy was like, let's go ahead and work you guys out of this franchise.
Yeah, I also heard they've been gone since the weekend after Game of Thrones finale.
True. I'm sure that had part of it.
So, and then they probably went off and said, oh, Netflix, you want us? And they're like, yeah, come on board. And
so, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember. I didn't like the last season parts of the last season of Game of Thrones, but I wasn't ready to throw them under the bus because I did enjoy all of those. I enjoyed
where it ended. I mean, I know I'm probably in the real minority of Game of Thrones, but I loved the way they showed how big the world was in Game of Thrones. I think a part of that really is due to the writing. So I was excited to see what they were going to do with Star Wars. Now, the bigger issue is what is wrong with Kathleen Kennedy and running Star Wars?
I don't know. I just don't.
This is about the third or fourth person to leave Star Wars from Josh Trank, which I don't blame her for that one. Josh Trank has having issues with the Fantastic Four film, and you kind of want to leave that situation. I don't blame her on there. But then you leave the guys who did Toywood Jump Street, and then they went off and made a really great Spider-Man animated film. So there's obviously something.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Yeah, Phil Lord and Chris Miller. There's obviously something wrong with that because they were.
Who was doing?
And then Gareth Edwards was having issues with Rogue One. But he said, okay, I'll play ball with y'all.
And Colin
Trevorrow was fired off of Rise of Skywalker.
Supposedly.
She was her bully. The one who she told to get him involved in Jurassic World to begin with. Yeah. So
I don't know. It is weird.
I think it's time Kathleen Kennedy steps down.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be after Rise of Skywalker.
I mean, I don't know who replaces her. I mean, my pick is Dave Filoni, obviously, because I think he gets the business, but then he also gets the creative. You need in this modern day of cinema, you really need a Kevin Feige type of person to steer a franchise like Star Wars in the right direction.
I just don't know if Filoni is a good enough business person. Like, he would have the creative side for sure. So, if not him, then maybe. But
if you look at it, Kevin Feige didn't start off really knowing being business. He was just kind of a side producer on the first X-Men movie who told him make Wolverine's hair spiky. Yeah. And I mean that was his input in back in those days.
I mean, if not him, get somebody who would let him be in charge of the creative stuff. Whereas I don't think right now. I think Kathleen Kennedy has too much control over the creative side of things.
Yeah.
And what if we don't get now an Old Republic show, because that's apparently what
or a movie or anything.
or a movie, yeah, because of this, which would be pretty sad too, because I want to see that. But yeah, I don't really feel that heartbroken about it. But we're starting to weed out our movies. Like, what's our next Star Wars movie? 2022.
Well, it was supposed to be, but now who knows?
Yeah,
because it was supposed to be this next movie.
The only other thing that we still have that we know or that we don't think is in danger of getting canceled is the Feige produced Star Wars something.
Give it time.
And I know that the what's his name, the Rian Johnson trilogy has not been officially canceled, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Cause
we'll see. I don't know. I mean, they like doing stupid things lately.
Maybe, but
all right. Let's talk about that Mandalorian trailer.
Yeah, it's
so
cool.
The Mandalorian trailer did something to me that the Rise of Skywalker trailer did not do.
Yeah,
it made my hair on the back of my back stand up.
Yeah,
I actually got excited for the Mandalorian trailer. I wasn't excited when I watched the Rise of Skywalker trailer.
Wow.
So, and it doesn't take much for Star Wars to do that to me, but Mandalorian really got me excited for this series.
Just don't want to get too hyped up and then be disappointed. That's my only worry about the Mandalorian. Yes, the trailer is amazing. It looks awesome.
But it's different. That's what because I've said this for years, I like the crime element of the Star Wars franchise, and I'm glad they're making the first live action series. Isn't going to be about Jedi. It's not going to be about Sith. It's about a bounty hunter in the Outer Rim, most likely. And I'm really interested to see what they do with this.
Don't feel like it's going to really tie into anything too hardcore.
No.
It's got its own separate story.
Maybe some galactic events. So, because I think the one character, I was reading about it, the guy who played Gus in Breaking Bad, he was a former governor of the Empire. So that's kind of...
Is he going to be the villain in this show, you think?
I don't know.
That's what they were saying on Jedi Council.
Well, he's a great villain.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just the best there is.
Yeah, the trailer looks pretty freaking sweet. We only got a couple more days until this comes out, the first episode anyways, and it looks very cinematic, the trailers and stuff, all the shots. To me, looking at that, it doesn't look like a TV show.
Yeah.
It looks like a damn movie to me, so I'm pumped, but I'm not quite as excited as you are, because I just don't want to go in with all these crazy high hopes and then, it'd be disappointing.
Have you pre-ordered your Disney Plus yet?
I am not, because we get it free for a year because we're Verizon customers.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but apparently you can't activate that until December 12th, or whatever the day.
November 12th.
November 12th, yeah. So I already talked to Tyler and was like, hey, as soon as Tuesday morning gets here, you need to be getting on Verizon and figure out how we activate that, because I'm going to be ready for it. I wonder, it says it's coming out Tuesday. Is it coming out Monday night at midnight? Or
I don't know. We'll have to look into later. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
So, Keanu Reeves, he might join the Fast and Furious franchise.
That seems not like a crazy thing. I mean, Keanu Reeves is an action star, not the greatest actor on the planet. And,
no.
And that's where you put your action stars, is in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, to be honest with you, though, the John Wick... if you told me Sophie's choice of, all right, you got the Fast and Furious franchise over here, you got the John Wick franchise over here, I'm choosing the John Wick franchise.
Well, he's not going to quit doing John Wick.
No, I'm just saying those movies. I prefer those movies over the Fast and Furious franchise. I mean, I don't even think the Fast and Furious holds a candle to the John Wick franchise.
I mean, they're different. I mean, the Fast and Furious movies are silly blockbusters, whereas I think I take John Wick a little more seriously, maybe. But I'm fine with it. I also heard that Vin Diesel and The Rock apparently made up, so that's good news. So maybe we can, what is it, Fast 9 is what we're up to, that's coming out next year. Maybe we pack it full of even more crazy stars.
Vin Diesel basically just put his hand on Vin Diesel's shoulder. He says, no matter how we argue, we're still family. So, I mean... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know
you're kind of over it. I'm not. I still think they're really good. They're fun. I mean, are they like Shakespeare? No. But, I mean, I just want to have fun. But, I like Todd and Shaw, didn't you?
It was fine. I just never want to watch that movie again.
Oh, yeah, that's just sad.
All right, let's get into some Game of Thrones news.
Okay.
Game of Thrones, Naomi Watts' show got canceled.
Which is crazy. They had already filmed the pilot.
Yeah, so that's odd.
It is odd, but maybe
because I think this was
really
a series going to be about the kind of the history and the origins of the White Walkers.
Yeah,
and this would have been kind of a cool series to see because you could have done. It's been thousands and thousands of years before the events of the books. You could have gone with some of the original characters that were the founders of the houses that we know from Brandon Stark, the builder who built the wall, to other things, and seeing the Age of Heroes would have been very interesting to see. Not to say this show will never happen, but for now, it's definitely not happening.
I think it's dead.
I think it's dead too.
I mean, who knows? We didn't see the pilot. Maybe the pilot really sucked so bad.
Yeah, maybe HBO was
just like,
and maybe they were a little they weren't feeling that, so maybe they're just like, no, let's shelve this for now. Maybe we'll come back to it if this Game of Thrones other show is good. Maybe we spin off into another good one.
Speaking of this other show,
The House of Dragons went straight to air. No pilot needed.
Right.
This is coming straight to HBO.
Full season order.
Probably 2021. If I was going to make a prediction of when it would actually come out. I'm interested in this show. I'm curious. Like, I've heard, I don't know, because at first I thought it was going to be more like an anthology series, kind of like Rome was, where you basically take the history of the Targaryens from when Aegon Targaryen landed on Dragonstone, from his conquest of the Seven Kingdoms all the way up to the Civil War that destroyed House Targaryen. Now I'm hearing it's just going to be based off the Dance of Dragons Civil War.
Yeah, isn't there a book or something?
There is.
Yeah,
I would prefer them. This could be a 10-season arc show where every couple of seasons you could completely change the characters around and have different Targaryens in there. You can see some of the bad kings that went crazy, because there's plenty of bad Targaryens in there, and then also see some of the great hero characters too. But if they do just do the Dance of Dragons, which I would imagine it only be in 3 or 4 seasons, then that would be pretty cool. I mean, dragons fighting dragons would be pretty cool.
Better have a big budget.
Yeah, but it's Game of Thrones, so the HBO knows that.
Yep.
Makes money for them.
Yeah.
So
I would say anything. I'm up for anything Game of Thrones until I get sick of it. And unlike other shows, I'm not. You just knocked over Woody. Woody, no. Anyways, I'm fine with whatever. Like, I don't know enough about Game of Thrones. I didn't read the books or anything, so I mean, I just want to see something else and see if I enjoy it or not, and move on. But I think this series that they did do straight to order sounds more interesting to me than the origin of the White Walkers, because I don't really like the White Walkers.
I mean, I like the White Walkers.
I'm more interested in the Targaryens.
The White Walkers were called the Others in the books. But they changed the name because of loss.
For the show, they changed the name? Huh.
Because in the books, they're not called the White Walkers. They're called the Others.
Huh.
All right, let's move on. Spider-Verse 2 got a release date of 2022. What do you think about this?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. For a minute there, I was like, what are you talking about? The animated Sony Spider-Verse. Yeah, I heard this sequel too is going to be more about Gwen Stacy too, or Spider-Gwen.
Probably between him and Miles Morales and her. That's cool.
But I hope we still get everybody in there somehow. Like, I'm sure they'll figure out a way. But I want to see Nick Cage and the Spider-Pig and all that stuff come back. But yeah, I loved Into the Spider-Verse. It was one of my favorite movies last year. I agree. So I'm definitely game for more sequels, and I'm glad it's coming sooner than later. So we basically got a year and a half.
No, it's really 23 years.
Wait, you said 2021 or 2022?
2022.
Oh, so yeah.
So it's going to be a while, but I'd rather them spend some time on animated films because I want them to get the
it's hard to do that animation.
Yeah, and I want them to get the animation right, though.
Yeah. So I understand.
All right, Fantastic 3, Beast 3 It's happening.
Ugh,
Are you excited? Have you got your wads out and got excited as I have?
I was game after the first one, then the second one just sapped what little energy I had left for this franchise. And now I heard they're like panicking because the second one didn't do good, so they're like going to try and throw more Harry Potter in it.
I enjoy the second one. I really enjoyed the second one.
You and Christian Harloff are about the only two people on the planet.
I guess. I mean, I think it's just because the second one was so much like the Harry Potter books, and that's what I really enjoy. And I've read those books about 3 or 4 times each, probably. And it was my Star Wars. It was my Lord of the Rings growing up. So, and I like Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. I know other people may not have, but I enjoyed the second one. I didn't enjoy as much as the first one, and I don't enjoy them near as much as I enjoyed the original Harry Potter films. But we don't see much fantasy anymore in films. So
that's true.
And the world of J.K. Rowling is such a cool world to see. In Paris, this last movie was pretty cool. I mean, I'm all board for it. Do as many as you want.
I mean, I'll go watch it, but as far as being excited,
it doesn't need to be called Fantastic Beasts anymore, though.
No, I mean, there wasn't even hardly any. Well, I mean,
he uses the beasts to investigate Grindelwald. I mean, that's I guess why they still call it Fantastic Beasts. So, and it's their franchise, their spin-off franchise name.
Yeah.
All right. So let's make you happy. The final Bad Boys trailer, I guess. Go ahead.
Gosh, it is so freaking cool looking. Even though Michael Bay is not directing this movie, it feels like a Bad Boys movie. It feels like we're picking right off where we left off, and every line of dialogue, it has that chemistry. The Martin Lawrence, Will Smith chemistry is still there and still alive. And I like the story, and I love all the action scenes. In this trailer was very action heavy compared to the other one. And yes, they look ridiculous and awesome, which is what makes Bad Boys freaking awesome. And I don't care that this movie's coming out in January. I'm sold. I hope this movie's good. I hope it does good. I hope we break January box office records because I freaking love Bad Boys. And this trailer was awesome.
Whatever you say.
I'm not the only one that this... Everybody on Collider Live and everybody was like, all right, the first one was okay. I know me and McCougar are a little bit obsessed with this franchise, but everybody was enjoying it. I think you're in the minority.
I just don't care.
Franchise.
I don't like this. I did not like this trailer. I was just watching
Do you
it.
Like Bad Boys?
I was watching the trailer and I was like, you know what? Randy Cage is really enjoying the trailer right now. But for me personally, don't give 2 shits about it.
You didn't like Bad Boys?
Not really.
Bad Boys 2?
I never watched Bad Boys. Remember? We gone through this before.
You gotta rewatch those, man. They're so good.
I've watched Bad Boys 2. I don't really care anything about watching Bad Boys 3.
I can't wait.
All right, let's move on. So, Critical Role, it's a D&D series on, I believe, YouTube, and it's a podcast where a bunch of voice actors, they play D&D, and they do adventures in the Dungeons & Dragons world. Well, the stories that they did on, it's coming in animation to Amazon sometime in the near future. I believe they had a Kickstarter to get the series, to get the show animated, and Amazon was like, we'll pick that up because it's really popular among many people. So what do you think about this?
I'm cool with it. I'm probably one of the few people who likes that old school Dungeons and Dragons movie from back in the day. And like you said the other day, we don't get a lot of fantasy stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm up for a new
the other day,
fantasy.
Just like a few minutes ago.
A few minutes ago, yeah. So yeah, I don't know anything about this, but some cool fantasy animated show. If it gets good reviews and looks cool, I'd definitely try it out.
Yeah, I agree with you because fantasy, we don't see much of it. I like D&D. It's hard to get people to play it, and Works kind of screwed that over too. And I'm in for the show. All right, let's move on. Batman is looking at Colin Farrell and Andy Serkis to be in the Batman movie by Matt Reeves. very good fitting with Matt Reeves and Andy Serkis because they were in the two of the Apes movies they did together.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
and then Colin Farrell here in Penguin. That'd be kind of weirdish, but it would be kind of different because it'd be more of a serious Penguin, other than what we got in Batman Returns.
Isn't the Penguin like kind of skinny and?
Yeah, he's a gangster.
Yeah,
that's what he is. I mean, I know you didn't care for Gotham.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But the guy who played Gotham, he's very Littlefinger-ish, like, where he plays the gangs against each other so he can rise on top. And like in the latest Batman issues, I think in the last year or two, Penguin's like one of Batman's biggest informants. He's the one that Batman goes to get information out of.
Oh,
so I'm curious to see when this movie comes out, and
because they haven't even started filming. I think they're supposed to like beginning of this.
And I will say, I watched The Lighthouse. Mm-hmm. I didn't love the movie, but Robert Pattinson, I'm completely on board for him as Batman. He was incredible in that film, and I really liked him in The King as well. I thought he was good in that too. So I'm on board for him as Batman, and whatever.
Who's Zoe Kravitz playing again now? Batwoman?
No, Zoe Kravitz is playing, I think, Huntress. Or no, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, and she been cast for this too? Zoe Kravitz? I thought she was cast.
Oh, yeah, she was. I think Catwoman.
Catwoman, that's what it is.
Yeah, she'd be great as Catwoman.
Yeah. Catwoman, yeah. You're right.
All
yeah,
right.
So they're loading up on the cast.
Yeah.
And
so it looks like,
Morgan,
I would be surprised if we see a Arkham Asylum movie with all these villains being in it.
Let's throw the Joker in there.
Well, I don't know. You don't have to throw in Joker. Just it's like, that's what I appreciate from the Nolan trilogy is he didn't start the movie out. He didn't start his trilogy out with Batman or with Joker. He went with some of the non-big time villains. All right, let's move on to the new Pixar animated film. What did you think about this trailer?
I mean, it didn't really move me one way or another. I'm more interested in the Tom Holland,
the fantasy Zootopia.
Yeah. But it didn't look like crap either. There was it's more like a teaser. I mean, it barely shows you what's going on.
It comes out next year.
Yeah, we're going to get 2 Pixar movies next year.
So the Zootopia one comes out in what? May or April or something?
I think it's early.
And then this one will probably come out in November because they've been having an animated movie come out in November every year.
I think it's more like February, June. But I'll look while you talk. What do you think about it?
I liked it. And I think it's because I liked more the inside outs, the ups of the Pixar.
Yeah, that's definitely what it looked like.
And I kind of like that where he's like he's kind of died, and it's a more mature kind of story. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, like I said, it didn't look horrible or anything, but it didn't. Soul's June 2020.
Oh, okay.
And I think the other one's February. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. February. Bum, 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 bum. What's that other movie called? Oh, Onward. March 6th.
Okay.
Yeah. So March and June.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to our last news story.
But they're saving November for Disney animated. Because it's owned by the same. Disney owns it all.
Yeah. If there's an animated.
Yeah.
What will Disney come out? Was that Dragon movie come out next year?
I don't think so.
Raw and the Dragon, or?
Yeah, there's one really cool dragon one that sounded awesome. I don't know what they're working on. Oh, yeah. You're right. Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yeah, so they'll get, November 2020.
Yep.
So, all right, final news story. The Invisible Man. What'd you think of this trailer?
I thought this trailer looked pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen the one with Kevin Bacon called Hollow Man, I think is what it's called, where he plays the Invisible Man? No? Okay. Well, I like that movie, but it's campy and like straight to DVD kind of quality. This movie looked pretty damn cool. I'll admit. Like, the idea of, some rich dude being like, the thing that I don't know is like, if I had the ability to go invisible, I don't know if I would use that ability to torment somebody.
Yeah, but if you're
a psycho,
if you're a psychopath, that's exactly what you would do.
So it definitely looked like something I would definitely go see. But
and I'm a big fan of Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah, she's
from
good.
from Mad Men,
Handmaid's Tale.
Sure.
That's what everybody knows her for, but okay.
Well, Mad Men, I would say more, so...
I don't know, man.
Mad Men was her
underselling everybody's love for Handmaid's Tale, especially women.
I'm just saying, though, Mad Men was her big break.
Okay.
She was incredible in that show, and to see her character rise throughout Mad Men, she was great in that. And that's really how she got these other parts, from that to Us to Handmaid's Tale to some other stuff. So I enjoy her, and I really like the trailer where they're putting her in the prison, and very great premise, and I mean, it's been done before. I think this is a classic Universal monster film, and this was probably in the works before the whole Dark Universe fell apart. So, yeah, I mean,
we saw it in The Boys just here recently. There's an invisible dude in there, so there was a couple of action scenes in that trailer too, where you were like he was taking dudes out. So I was like,
but this also has a chance to be really bad.
I mean, true. When is this coming out? Like January or something?
I think this is like February.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right, guys, that ends episode 97 of the Easy K Show. Check us out here every Friday sometimes on the Easy K Show on the Darth Easy YouTube channel. Also subscribe to both Darth Easy and Randy Cage to stay up to date to all your latest movie reviews and other stuff. And until next time, all too easy.
Peace out.